I just picked up Heart Gold, finally. So, since I'm playing through that, I decided, alright, well, I can at least give a slightly more updated version of what I think of some of the second gen Pokemon. I figure we'll just run through these real quick. We already know this is here, this is here, and this is Herpiderp. Around here, Typhlosion's not that great. Totodile, Croconaw. Alright. Sentret, not great. I appreciate it though if you're doing a playthrough or like a Nuzlocke or something. It has some uses, so for it, same thing. Hoot Hoot, I kind of like the design of. Maybe here with Cyndaquil. And Noctowl's about the same. Not great, not bad. Lediva, meh. Ledian looks cooler. I just wish it was actually a good Pokemon. Spinarak is kind of meh. Aridos is actually kind of cool looking. I wish it was a better Pokemon. Crobat's growing on me now. Chinchou is kind of, yeah, it's kind of cute. You know. Lantern is freaking awesome just because it's a water electric type. So yeah, that does make it weak against ground, but there's just so many opportunities to take advantage of that typing. Pichu's a baby. I don't know. Well, Pichu's not nearly as egregious as some of these other ones. So, Cleffa, Igglybuff, Togepi, and then Togetic actually stays down here. I don't like these until we get Togekiss, and Togekiss was in Gen 4. Or Nadu and Zautu. They're okay. Mareep is cute. Not super... Well, yeah. Right about there. Flaffy. There. Ampharos is actually pretty cool. If we're doing Mega Ampharos, it'd probably be about the same place. Electric Dragon is really, really strong, and I used it in a, not a Nuzlocke, but just like a regular playthrough, and it was fun. Bell Awesome. I like the branched evolution idea. I don't think it's done very well with this one. I mean, yeah, you don't have the poison type, and so you're not really weak against Psychic, but you also lose stat points, and you don't gain really anything better. So, Meryl's cute. I like Meryl. Meryl's okay. Azumarill, I think, is a little on the dumb side. Sudowoodo is a little on the dumb side, but that is kind of its charm. So, I guess it's here, but it's not, like, super terrible or anything. Politoed. Okay. Much like Bellossom, this is a what were they thinking? Because it's basically a worse Poliwrath. So, there's no reason to have this. Just get Poliwrath. It's better. Hoppip. Also dumb. Jumpluff. Slightly better. Ipom is weird, but not super duper weird. Sunkern, I think it's okay. I wish they had done more with it. Sunflora is cute. I wish it was a better Pokemon. Yanma is just a bug. I don't have much feeling about it. Wooper I really get annoyed by because it's everywhere. But it's not a bad Pokemon. And I've used one more than once on the Nuzlocke team, so... Yeah, he goes here. Quagsire goes up here. He's a little bit better. Okay, evolutions. So... Espeon's here. Umbreon I like a little better. Just because it's dark type, but also the sort of bands and things like that, the contrast is really cool. I don't think Espeon's necessarily a bad design, and in fact it would probably be up here with like Cyndaquil. So it'd be a really high B tier versus that, but and I just don't like it as much as Lumbreon. So Murkrow is dumb. Not derpy, just dumb. Slowking is what were they thinking? Mischievous, I like the look of, but I wish it was a better Pokemon. Unknown, and Wobbuffet can stay in the bottom of this thing. Nobody needs to ever see Unknown or Wobbuffet, ever. I don't think it's... I think Pyko's design is kind of meh. Fortress is what I'm interested in because it looks kind of cool. And it has a unique typing. So this could go up here if it turns out to be decent on my team, but we'll see. Dunsparce is derpy derp, and it's supposed to be derpy derp, so I mean, when you derp, that's what you derp. So Gligar's right here under C, could be better. I like Steelix, I just wish it wasn't everywhere. Gen 4 uses it for everything. Oh, what is this? A rock gem? Let's put a Steelix in it. Okay, what's this? A steel gem? Okay, let's put a Steelix in it. Okay, what is this? A flying gem? Let's put Steelix in it. What? I'm kind of overexposed to it right now. Snubble, I always think Snubble is like a baby Pokemon. It's not, but I feel like it is, so it stays down there. Granville's only slightly better. When I got the fairy typing, it became better, but not by much. Quillfish is kind of cool. I wish it was. Caesar is garbage. No, Caesar is probably right here. So Caesar is one of those Pokemon that I had middle school friends who were like, it's the best Pokemon ever, and it's like I couldn't get any of them to trade with me to get a Caesar, so I was sort of sour grapes about Caesar for a very long time. So I recognize that he's kind of a cool looking Pokemon, and so is Scyther. Statistically, they are very similar. It's just different typing, and typing makes all the difference though. So he might have ended up here somewhere if I had friends who were actually nice and helped me get one, but whatever. Shuckle? Haha. The ultimate injustice. I have put Shuckle next to Caesar. Haha. Shuckle has a few things going for it that are kind of weird, and I like it. I like it for that because I've used it on a Gen 8 playthrough that I called the Ninja Turtles playthrough. You have 4 different turtle Pokemon, and you can only use those Pokemon throughout the playthrough, but Shuckle was one of the ones I had to use. So I had to learn how to use this Pokemon that doesn't really have any good attacks. But it was interesting because, you know, you learn to take advantage of certain things that he's actually good at. So Shuckle is my my token derpy thing that got up higher than it probably should have. In fact, we'll put it up here. Heracross. I like Heracross. I didn't initially like Heracross. Heracross is one of those that grew on me after I started playing around with Gen 2 Pokemon. I played Fragalatus. Thank you for following. I don't have any alerts on this part. This is just sort of our pre-stream. But thank you for the follow. I appreciate that. So anyway, I was saying Heracross was one I attempted Crystal using just Gen 2 Pokemon, and found out that Heracross is a beast as far as taking stuff out. It doesn't even need to be super effective. It can wipe the floor with just about anything it runs into. So if you take it up against stuff that is good against fighting or bug, then you have some problems. But in fact, I might actually just put it up here. Yeah, I just put it up here with Steelix, because it is a very awesome Pokemon. It's not in my top 3, but it's up there. Alright, Sneasel. If anybody knows me, they already know where this one's going. Sneasel's an S tier. Solely because of the design. And I think they could have done a lot more with this design than they did, because it's just the perfect amount of cool and cute that you could have made it like an evil mascot. They could have done it, but they decided not to. It was also a mistake that they put this so late in Gold and Silver, and apparently in Heart Gold and Soul Silver. Like, you're basically fighting red by the time you get this thing. Even Crystal put it in before you get your Ace badge, so that's a better idea, is put it someplace where it's going to make a difference. You know? Even if it's a weak Pokemon. Sneasel is my favorite Pokemon, and so it goes there. Teddy Dursa is cute enough that I'll put him here, right in the middle, because he's just adorables. And then Ursa Ring is actually kind of cool. I don't think he gets any higher than Teddy Dursa, though, because he's not as good as Heracross and stuff. I mean, if I had to choose between the two, I'm going to pick Heracross. I used to put Slugma way up here, and it's not up there anymore. It's down here. Slugma is just way too slow. Magcargo is a lot better due to typing and because of its look, but I mean, it's not much. Swinub. Swinub's kinda cute, but also a little derpy, and Pillowswine's kind of there too. Mamoswine would be much higher. In fact, I think it was on my other list. Okay, Corsola. Original Corsola is fine. The Galarian form is better. Remoraid, I don't dislike it, I just don't like it very much. Octillery, kind of the same thing. Delibird is, what were they thinking? Delibird. So, Mantine. I don't have any strong feelings about Mantine. He shows up a little bit more in Gen 7, so I guess I'll put him here. Because he is kind of cool in that, because you surf on him. Skarmory. I had a love affair with Skarmory when it first came out. It's gone down a little bit since then, but it's still a good Pokemon, so I can't fault it for that. So, Houndour is very similar to Sneasel, and it's sort of on the cute scale. And then Houndoom, it's a little overkill, but it's still pretty cool looking. So I ranked it right about here. Seadra, almost in the same category as Mantine. It's like, why did you need this? Why did we need this? I mean, I'm glad that Seadra got an evolution, but why did we need this? Oh, and by the way, it's broken? Oh no! If I ever actually used one on a team, I might like it more, but I just never have actually done it. Alright, Phanpy, however you want to pronounce it. Giving Chikorita a run for the money in the cute department. And Donphan is one of my favorite ground types for sure, but one of my favorite Pokemon in general. So I saw Donphan in the first Pokemon movie opening, and I was like, okay, I want that. Give it. Alright, anything Porygon's going at the bottom here, along with the Wobbuffets and various things. Stantler, I just don't have a lot of experience with Stantler. Miracle is either terribly overpowered or ridiculously dumb, and there's no real in between for most people. Smeargle is okay. I don't have any strong feelings toward it. It's a cute gimmick that you can basically get it through various means, get it to have, you know, like any kind of moveset that you want to make it really annoying, but it has so little health and so few stats that it's very difficult to make that kind of strategy work, especially in just a regular playthrough, much less something like a Nuzlocke. So Tyrogue. Okay, so this is one of the less egregious babies. I still don't like Tyrogue. Hitmontop I think is kind of dumb too. So I don't particularly care for these two. Here's another baby. We're going to stick it down here. That's the baby form of Jinx. Elekid. Okay, Elekid is growing on me a little bit. Having a pre-evolved form of Electabuzz isn't that bad. So it's a less egregious baby. Magby is close, but it's still not good enough. So, alright, now, Miltank. Miltank is the one everybody wants to hate, and I'll put it down here in the dumpster. But it's actually not. Miltank, I almost want to put it here, but I'm going to put it here. Because everybody hates specifically Whitney's Miltank. It takes the strategy of, I'm going to flinch you to death. And you can't do anything to stop it. I know Stomp, I know Roll Out, I know Milk Drink to heal myself back up. And you're just gonna sit there and take it. And I respect it for that, because guess what? If you take one of these things and use that strategy against other people in the game, it works. You sit there stomping people, they flinch, they can't do anything. Miltank sits there not taking any damage because they can't dish any out. Even when they do dish out damage, she has enough health and enough ways to heal herself that it doesn't matter. So, much like Heracross, this is one that I sort of jumped on the train later on. So, I wouldn't have a t-shirt of it or anything, but it is pretty high up here in my rankings now. Blissey. Did we really need another form of Chansey? Okay, so tank everything I said about Miltank. Make it, instead of flinching you out, healing itself for ungodly amounts. Ad infinitum. That's Blissey. Oh, and multiply its HP by like 10. That's Blissey. We don't really need that. But okay, fine. Give Chansey an evolution. Why not? Skipping the legendaries for a second, because they start putting the legendaries in here and then they do their pseudo-legendaries. So Tyranitar's a pseudo-legend. Larvitar is not... he almost seems like a baby Pokemon, right? And then Pupitar... he's supposed to be like a cocoon, which doesn't make any sense. He's not a bug. So, and then you have Tyranitar, which Tyranitar just looks ridiculously awesome, right? So, and I've used him in a couple of playthroughs, and I respect Tyranitar. I don't necessarily like Tyranitar that much, but Raikou probably about here. Entei, as much as I like it, it's probably not any higher. It actually looks derpier than Raikou does. In fact, I think Raikou looks better than Entei does. Entei looked kind of like... I wish Entei had some work on him. Suicune is clearly the best looking of the three legendary dogs. So I'm putting Suicune up here. And then Lugia... I really liked Lugia as a kid. He probably would have gone up here. And he's about down here now just because of various typing issues and whatnot. So, I mean, Lugia's still fine. It's just, I've kind of lost interest in him in terms of as a legendary. Ho-Oh is a little more useful than Lugia. So it's about there. It's the same thing, pretty much. And then Celebi, I don't have any strong feelings toward or against Celebi, so I'm just going to leave it at C. So there we go. So my top 5 are Donphan's pre-evolution, Lantern, Chikorita, and Sneasel. So anyway, we'll see if we see any of those.